What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are now back. We've actually been at work for like 2 weeks, so one of the big advantages of having this much content backed up is the fact that you don't really notice when we go away because the videos don't stop. So that's why I like to have these sort of videos backed up. So we got back last night, or late yesterday afternoon. It was a massive full-on week. We were working, had to wear like a full breathing apparatus all like 12 hours a day every day. Got this rash on my face from sweating. It was just full on. So we did like nearly 90 hours in 7 days, which sucked, but it's what you do on the shutdown. So happy to be back. We got back yesterday afternoon. Rex spent yesterday afternoon getting the pipe work done in the car. He did film some of that, so we'll chuck that in here. So yeah, the pipe work's looking awesome. That's looking really good. What else been going on? Obviously today we went down and got our dyno and that. So like we had this massive full-on couple of days at work, and we've come back home, and it's just going to be a massive full-on week this week as well. So this week we're moving the dyno and all the stuff we bought, all of that sort of thing is getting moved. So we went and got the dyno today. I'm also moving house this week, so we've got the trailer ready to load up all my furniture and stuff from here to take down and move house this week as well. Yeah, it's just so much going on. It's no rest for the wicked, that's for sure. So anyway, the other thing is, just before we left, I was telling you I was doing this head for this customer. Got the head to the machine shop today while we were loading up the dyno down there at East Coast Engine Centre in Nambour. They managed to get this thing done while we were loading up the dyno, which is awesome. So it's already back here. It's already been crack tested. It's already been skinned, so that's ready to go. But before I left, I degreased everything. I chucked everything in a tub of degreaser, and I don't know, I didn't even think about it. I remember having a thought of I need to get that out before I leave, and then I also remember having a thought of just leave it there to soak while I'm away. But getting home, I've actually found that getting it out of the degreaser, all of the steel parts, so all of the rocker shafts and everything, awesome, nice to clean up, all the bolts, squeaky clean, really nice. But everything that was alloy, so the actual, like all of these lifter bores, all of the rocker bores, they've all actually been etched by the degreaser. So sitting in there a week has actually etched them. So the lifter bores are etched, the rocker bores are etched, so all the alloy pieces pretty much, the degreaser etched them, so they're all throwaway items now, can't use them, which is a bit of a pain, but you know, lesson learnt. Lucky for us, we have heaps of heads, so it just means that I have to go down and deconstruct another head to get you know, the rocker assembly and stuff off that. Which is not a big deal, it's just more work. What have you done? So it's just more work that I have to do, which I don't really have time for this week, but it's got to be done this week. So another thing that's got to be done this week, so it's just so much going on. So anyway, I also bought this HJ back with us. Again, like I was saying, with the dyno is coming a little bit of work. There's going to be a little bit of a changeover with the owner of the dyno, of him bringing a little bit of work here and sort of giving us a crash course with the dyno. Obviously, we've got our head pretty well around tuning. It's something we've always been really interested in. But as far as actually operating the dyno and setting it up, because it is pretty convoluted, so it's going to be really nice to have him here for a little while to sort of have that crossover, changeover where he can sort of see that. But yeah, that probably won't get filmed that much, but because I don't really know, it'll be up to him really. But so I got to unload that in the morning. We were just running out of light, so that's why we needed to get all this stuff done. So that the trailer was empty, so it was in the shed, so that I can load it up with the furniture, take that down in the morning, move house, and then go get another load of stuff from Shane's, and so much going on. So as far as this thing goes, it's, you know, one step closer now to running, but like we had those, Dad and Rex had those few good days where they managed to get paint on the shelf. Since then, there has really been no good days for painting or prep work or anything for panel work since that day really, which is a real pain in the ass because like the doors still need to be done, the bonnet, the guards, the boot, all still need to be done, but there's just been either raining or just humid as shit. So it's a real pain that it's going that way, but you sort of need to have good weather. If you try and do it in bad weather, you risk it going really south, and that is the last thing we want at this point in the car with how it's coming along. So that's just going to have to be a wait for a good day and when we have the time, because at the moment we are just run off our feet. But damn, it's looking good though.
Looks shit. I hate it. Someone buy it so I don't have to look at it.
So we placed the dyno out here and covered it up just for the meantime. Like I said to you in a few videos, the dyno is pretty much going to be going exactly here for now, which is obviously majorly in the way, which is a pain, but we need to get it up and running so we can start using it. And obviously where it's meant to be going over the other side of the new shed is quite a ways off yet. So the reason we didn't put it smack bang in the middle here right now is because we have to sort out power draw. We actually need 20 amp to run the dyno, which we don't have any of at the moment. So we need to get Sparky out here to make sure we can draw 20 amp, set up a 20 amp outlet where we need it, and then we'll look at moving it into the shed. But for now, seeing as we don't have any 20 amp or no way to actually run the dyno, there's no much point in putting it in the way while we still need to do all this stuff. So plenty to go on. All of my furniture and stuff's going to be moved from here. That's going to be where the engine room's actually going, on that side of the booth. So we're setting up the engine room there, which is good because we're going to be taking the majority of that furniture down with me tomorrow in the trailer, which is what we have to load up now. And yeah, somewhere in there I've got to finish off that head. One other thing I did forget to mention, which is a very notable thing to mention for what we're trying to do this week, considering we're trying to move a heap of stuff, move a business, move house, is that it has been shite weather, and it's meant to be shite weather all week. We actually loaded up the dyno and stuff in the rain. It was raining all yesterday. It's meant to be raining for the rest of the week, which is, you know, awesome when you're trying to move house, move beds, couches, fridges, a dyno. You know, it makes what is already a super hectic, annoying week just that much harder. But it's what we're dealing with. It's the time frame we've got, and it's got to happen. So, rightio. So pretty much loaded with all my furniture, ready to go and move house tomorrow. So sorry guys, this. How you going with that, mate?
Don't help. Don't anybody help. Do it.
Christ. So anyway, sorry guys, this video is probably going to be a little bit like disjointed, but we just got shit going on this week. Rightio, sorry guys, the GoPro went flat, but as I was getting on, sorry this video is going to be a little bit disjointed of stuff just happening, but it's just going to be one of those weeks where we have stuff going on all over the place, and I would like to still make content because, wow, you just... Anyway, as you can see, load up, ready to move house. It's we've been working together for too long a bit now. It's been a couple of weeks now where we're just working together. But anyway, all this area is clear space. This pallet racking is getting removed. Fridge is obviously going to get moved. And the engine room is going to be located here, which I'm pretty sure I explained earlier in this video. So that's going to be a really nice setup. But yeah, got a bit more to do this week. So that's going to be it for tonight. Loaded up the trailer, which has taken actually quite a long time. A heap of stuff off the mezzanine's out of the way as well, which is good. But yeah, we'll move this. And then we'll bring another load back out from all the stuff that we bought, and we'll probably catch up at that point because this is going to be it for tonight. So cheers guys, I'll see y'all later. Alright, what's going on guys? We're back again where we left off the other morning. Took that trailer load of stuff down to the house, and then from there went and got another trailer load of stuff and took that back to the house. And that was that day. And then yesterday we got up, went to Shane's, where we bought the dyno and that from. Pulled down there, he had like this big scaffold shelter thing set up that we was sort of part of the deal. So we had to go pull all that down, which was a massive day. So we pulled all that down, got all that sorted, which is in the trailer there, as you can see. So that'll get put up somewhere just as some extra sort of storage. It's around about the same size as our little shed down there. So just another little place where we can store cars. Particularly, obviously, if we're getting into doing this sort of full time, we need somewhere where we can keep customers' cars, but they're going to be safe and secure and out of the weather. So we did that yesterday. Our plan was to bring that back out yesterday afternoon, but it ended up being just such a big day that we ended up just staying down the coast again, mostly because I had to go to Reco and get parts for this head, which I've been doing, and we didn't finish in time for me to get to Reco to get the parts, so I had to wait until this morning to go get them anyway. We also got a little BMW E46 compact as part of the deal, so that'll be probably a drift car one day, just as a throw together sort of thing. So it was pretty cool that was thrown in as well. So sort of plan is probably once Rex's 31 is sold and gone, Rex is going to want another drift car. I'm going to be building the sort of Barra Sylvia as sort of a throw together, fairly reliable aspirated drift car. Rex is thinking about taking that E46 compact and chucking just a aspirated LS combo in it. Again, just a nice aspirated light little car. So anyway, that's where we're at there. This morning we had Justin, our electrician, out here to sort out the 20 amp power for the dyno that we were going to need. So we now have 20 amp power draw here in the corner, which is where the dynos are going to be situated for the time being. So at this point now we have power, so we can, when time comes and we have the time, set up the dyno. So that's actually set up in the shed. And what I'm doing at the moment, we just started over there where we dug out that rock. There was a big hole which was filled with water and needed to be pumped out. So at the moment we're pumping that out into the dam so that it can be filled and stops filling up with water. So that's something at the moment. And I brought up, this is the head off that GQ Patrol that we put the new RB30 in. That Patrol, this motor, I'd done a fair few Ks, and the guides and stuff are pretty rooted, but hopefully the lifter bores and the actual rocker arms and everything are all good, because I'm going to need to use them for this other head that I'm reconditioning, because as you know from earlier in this video, I left it in the degreaser and it's etched all of the bores, which is bad. So that's where I'm at the moment. I need to go on with this head. I was hoping to get this head done today for this bloke, so he can pick it up whenever he likes. So got to get the parts off this head that I need, clean them up in the degreaser, but not leave them in there, and get started on actually cutting the valves and seats and getting the valves up and getting everything together. Because like I said this morning, I went to Reco, I got new lifters and all new valve stem seals ready to go for it. So I can finally get this head together. It's been dragging on for like 3 weeks because of work and everything else that's been getting in the way. It is just, honestly, it's been a massive 2 weeks for us. These past couple of days have been huge. Doing that scaffold thing was actually just a massive day just for me and Rex. It's been massive. So yeah, go to work, come home for a break, and just keep working. Cleaning that up. Rex has started grinding the valve seats in the head. So Rex has got that underway. None of this is really anything new to anybody on this channel. We have shown pretty in-depth all this stuff before. Between this build here and between my 31 build, we've really touched on all of this stuff multiple times. So I'm not going to go too much effort in filming that because it's just repeating old things. But one thing that we have never showed on this channel, which I will go through at this point, is actually replacing the cam seal or getting the retainer plate off the cam, because this is actually a question that I get asked a lot, and I've never actually shown it on the channel. And I have seen people before actually break the seal sort of backing on the camshaft by trying to press these off. It's not how they work. So I'll show you how these work so that you can all know and tell all your friends, because it seems to be something that a lot of people just can't seem to get their head around with RB30s. So I always see people break them and do odd things with them. So this is your cam retainer plate, pretty self-explanatory. This retains the cam into the head where it needs to be, stops it from moving back and forward, and obviously houses the front cam seal. Now, if you look at the back of the plate, can I hopefully tell you, you can see here where it's solid, but then around here where it's not. So it has that solid bit, and that's actually what pushes against this part of the cam and sort of retains it where it needs to be. So the only thing that holds that there is this front seal. So once you get this front seal out of the plate, it allows this whole plate just to slide. That solid bit just slides up and it just pulls forward. It's very, very simple once you know how it works. So through this sort of hole in the back of the plate, you can actually get at the back of the seal. What I usually do is get a little flat blade screwdriver or something, just gently tap it through. You can even just damage the seal, make some holes in the seal until you can get the screwdriver on the outside of the seal surface and actually pop this seal out. Now you want to be careful. You don't want to damage the actual running surface on the cam where it goes against the seal, because that would be very bad and it won't seal properly again. But as long as you keep the screwdriver up enough that it's not going to damage that part of the cam, you just sort of tap it and knock it out. And once it's out, it's that easy. So this is what I use, just a little flat blade and a little pick. Pretty much just knock the hole in the seal from the back and then use my pick to just get in and actually pull the seal out. So now that the seal's out, you can see there's actually nothing to hold this plate in the center of the cam, and as such it just drops down and pulls straight off. And you can see how that works, how it's just got that retainer plate just on the bottom. So it just slides on, goes up in there, and then the seal locates it in the center and stops it from moving anywhere. So that's how you actually get these retainer plates off the cam. Easiest way to undo the situation and put the seal back in is to actually put the cam in the head, put the retainer plate on the head, and just bolt it up, and then you can knock the cam seal in the front, and then it's all good. So that's the easiest way to go about it. But I might cover that when we go to put it back in the head. So that's how you get the cam retainer plate off an RB30 without damaging it. Rightio guys, so I totally spaced and forgot to document this, but same thing. We got the cam in the head, got the retainer plate over the cam, and just done up finger tight. And then we drove the seal in, and now we're going to go ahead and do up the retainer plate bolts to spec. So yeah, you can see that's the easiest way to do it. I had Rex here just hold the head while I just hammered that with this here nice large socket, which is the correct size for the seal. Same as all sort of seal drivers or sockets, whatever you want to use, just as long as it's the right size for the seal, and just drive it home. So that's how you do the old cam seal on an RB30, which, like I said, is something that I've...
Any socket is a seal driver, if you're brave enough.
Literally, people go on about seal driving kits. It's like, if you got a socket kit good enough, you can use it for every seal. It's fine. Anyway, all mint. As you can see, valves are back in, fresh valve stem seals. This head's coming along, so at this point, it's going to be our new Nason lifters in the rocker arms and everything that I'd pulled off the head before. So we'll smash this together, and then we'll show you when it's together and sign off the video. So there you go, guys. One fully reconditioned head ready to go out the door. And that's going to be it for this video. So it's been a long week. It's probably been a little bit disjointed, but it has just been huge. So it's just been filming a bit here and there, but I'm glad this is done. This can go to old mate who has been sort of asking for it. And this weekend I'm going to go and finish moving, and I'll be back next week. But I'll leave you with Rex again, who is, his job this week is to try and get this R31 running. So obviously, as you know, we got the power to set up the dyno now, so as soon as we get this running, there is nothing to stop us from actually tuning it, seeing what sort of power it makes, which is going to be really interesting. So hopefully that'll be next week. Next week, I've got to finally finish my catch can for my R31, which has been being put off for way too long, as you know. I've actually got a buyer that's pretty interested from New Caledonia, so that definitely, I need to sort that out ASAP so that that buyer can sort of actually look at the car and it can be finished and that. So plenty of stuff going on these next couple of weeks. Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. At the moment, it just seems like things keep flowing into more things, and every single week we seem to get busier and busier. So it's great for us. It's great for the channel. It's great for content. It's just, I'm getting so tired. So anyway, that's going to be it for us today. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Wait, smash like, smash subscribe. Don't forget to leave us a comment.
Smash like, smash subscribe, even in Discord, just
give us the berries, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Just
Peace, guys. See you later.
everyone know.
Smash it.
Smash subscribe.
Just smash it.
Watch the video.
Smash it.
Smash subscribe.